Shakur versus Teofimo. Now, I think they're really going to fight. They're trying to sell it right now. Can Shakur beat Teofimo? I think using the same strategy that Lomachenko used. Yes, Lomachenko showed weakness in Teofimo's game. Teofimo is another guy that's, I wouldn't call him a weight bully, but I would say he's like he's an athlete, not a boxer. Okay, and that's like what was the guy's name that fought Roy Jones and fought Bernard too? He Canadian guy, Jean. What's his name? You guys know what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, I don't remember his name. I don't know why. I'm bad with names, guys. But he's an athlete, and he was an athlete, meaning he's a guy that, you know, he's strong, he's explosive, but they will tire themselves out before they get you out of here. You get what I'm saying? They're not going to get you out of here in 12 rounds. Even though if they go 12 rounds, they have something left. Teofimo is one of those guys that will drain himself. He's a front runner. He will drain himself in the first 5-6 rounds. And if he can damage you, then he can coast the rest of the way. But if he doesn't damage you enough in those first 5-6 rounds, he will slow down after the round 6. And then you can, if you can box, you can take advantage of Teofimo. So, you know, I look at that as a guy against Shakur. Shakur is not going to come in the ring and be anywhere. John Pascal, that's him. But Shakur is not going to come into the ring and give you anything less than greatness when it comes to his ability to his endurance. He's going to be there, right? So if you look at it from that standpoint, Shakur, if he doesn't take any damage in the first 6 rounds and Teofimo tries to exert himself or impose his will on him in the first 6 rounds and doesn't do any real damage or doesn't make a statement, then in the last 6, I think that Shakur will outpoint him and get him out of here. I would think that Teo should take the fight, but if he doesn't, you know, I'd understand. But I think that's a fight that he can even win, because Shakur's question to me is, can you deal with Teofimo when he does land? And if he does land. Now, Lomachenko had to do that. Lomachenko did it. And then you can see those body shots and the way he started hurting Teofimo in the second half of that fight. Teofimo was getting lit up, right? But he had already done enough where you could say, okay, it was a good fight because he did enough damage early and he was dangerous enough early where Lomachenko, being a smaller guy, couldn't open up the way he wanted to until after round 6 or 7. So if you thought it was a close fight, it was probably because of that. It was the same thing when Lomachenko fought Devin Haney. Devin Haney was doing well in the first couple rounds until Lomachenko started figuring out his rhythm. He figured out his pattern and adjusted. He couldn't do shit with him second half of the fight. But you would still say, hey, close fight, you know, it went to Devin and whatever. But Lomachenko gave the blueprint for both those guys, in my opinion.